If you had a wallet full of coins, let's say about £10 worth of change, and you lost £2 worth of that change, would you then go forward and just get rid of the remaining £8? No, of course you wouldn't, because that'd be fucking mental. Alternatively, if you punctured one tyre on your car, would that then lead you to get out of your car, get a screwdriver, and puncture the remaining 3? No, of course you wouldn't, because once again, that'd be fucking mental. So why do you insist on having one bad day throughout the week? Let's say, for example, you didn't go to the gym, or you even had a bad gym session, or you even just went over your calories for that day and ate like a little bit of a bellend. And then from that point, you end up just sacking and writing off the rest of the week. That's the exact same concept. And if you do this, it's no surprise that you don't notice any progress. Because think about it, let's say you have one bad day every couple of weeks. That's 2 bad days throughout the month and 25 bad days throughout the year. If you have one bad day every 2 weeks, that still means that you have 93% consistency of having good days. 93% consistency of creating calorie deficit. 93% consistency of going to the gym and getting some good sessions out. And if you ask me, that's pretty fucking good. You know what I mean? Like, ideally try and aim for at least 80%, which is kind of where the 80-20 rule comes into it. I'll explain a little bit more about this in a second, but 93% consistency, pretty good. Now let's say every one of those bad days every 2 weeks happens on, let's say, like a Thursday. And then you say, right, that's it, I'm writing off the rest of the week and starting again on Monday. That means Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday are completely roped off, which means that that's 8 days that you've completely sacked off throughout the month, 96 days throughout the year, which means that your 93% consistency has actually dropped down to a mere 73% consistency. So simply from just writing off the whole week, considering you've had one bad day, or if you want to put it a little bit better, pop in the rest of your tyres when you have one puncture, you've dropped a massive 20% worth of consistency. And you might be thinking 73% consistency still isn't that bad. No, it's not that bad at all. But ideally, you should be aiming for at least 80%. There's a rough rule within the fitness industry and within weight loss itself called the 80-20 rule. And this 80-20 rule can be applied to many things. For example, 80% of the food that you eat should be used to fuel yourself, high in nutrients and decently supportive of your fat loss goal. The other 20% of your food should be foods that you just eat because you want to eat them, because you enjoy eating them, because they taste good, because they're just there. And this can be applied for everything, including consistency. Ideally, if you want to see results, you should be consistent for at least 80% of the time. The other 20% can be looked at as obviously days where you're not really that consistent, or you've had a bad day, or you're a little bit fatigued, or you just want a day of flexibility and rest and indulgence. So 73% is 7% less than that 80% mark. And this example is based on if you have one bad day and therefore write the rest of the week off once every 2 weeks. There's some people out there that have at least one bad day every week. And if that happens, fuck me, that consistency rating goes from a solid 86% to a mere 43%, especially if you write the rest of the week off every single week when you have one bad day. So what you need to understand about this is, if you do have one bad day, like it doesn't go to plan, you go over your calories, you eat like a bit of a bellend, you get a bit emotional, you don't go to the gym when you wanted to, don't write the rest of the week off. Just put a line through it, and the next day, get straight back on track. Just continue to do the shit that you were doing before you had that one bad day, because writing off the rest of the week is the most counterproductive thing that you can do. As I literally put there, if you have one bad day every single week, and then write the entire week off, you go from a solid 85%, if you just literally just approach the next day as usual, to a shitty 43%. And that drop is literally half, you know what I mean? Which is mental. Approach the next day as normal. Sure, you have one bad day. Okay, fine. So learn from your mistakes, learn as to why you had that bad day, and then the next day, just carry on as normal, but keep in your mind, what can you do to try and avoid that happening in the future? Rather than throwing your dummy out of the pram, having a hissy fit, and then just writing the rest of the week off, because as I said, that is so counterproductive, and it's no surprise you're not getting results if you do that. Approach the rest of the week as normal. Continue to track your calories, try and create a calorie deficit, and go to the gym. Results will happen over a course of time, especially if you do stay consistent. Trust me. If you like this video, make sure that you give it a like. If you've got any questions, make sure that you comment below. I'd be more than happy to help. And if you want to catch the next one, make sure that you're either subscribed to me or following my Instagram. Peace.